Hello everyone, hope you are doing great, and in this video we are going to work upon the API, the help of the logic nodes and the custom code. So let's dive right into it. So what I'm going to do is I will start a little bit of a UI for it. So let's say we are creating a list of users to get from the API. So let me just build a simple list. Okay, so I have created this list and let's fill it with the data which we are going to get from the API. So for that, I'm using this guestRes.in. It gives you kind of like the data from an API. So this is the URL for the API. So I will just click on it. With this, what I will get is the details of those users on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna copy this thing. Let me just go back, and what I will do is click over the list view, right click on it and click on this edit in Blip Lightning. It will open this tab over here. So now what we can do is we just have to pass in the data inside over here, and it will fill the data inside from the API. Start working on the API, just write in HTTP, open it up, and as you can see it says run this thing, and it says it is required. So you have to pass in a run function. So I would say that right place would be to start it from the init state. Init state just simply means it is going to be called once the page is loaded, only once when the page is loaded. So I'll just take this thing and connect it with that. So whenever I am going to open this page, it is going to call this simple HTTP just a single time and never again. And that's what we want. We just want to call the data once. So now let's call the string. So now inside the string, we are going to pass the URL which we are going to request. So for that, I had copied from over here. I will just paste it. And now I have done this. What we are going to get is a response. And that response is quite like this. Response body is the result that we get from the HTTP. So for that, let's first just print it to see how our data is received. So let me connect it with this, and then let's give this thing to it. So now it is just going to print the data that we are getting from the HTTP. So I will just run it, and let me open the debug console from over here. Let me just delete all the text from here and just receive the data that is going to be called. So over here I have launched my application. So okay, so this is the data that we are receiving. So as you can see, we get this data which is kind of like a URL from here to here, which is similar to what we saw over here. So it is the same kind of data which is written over here. We need avatar and we need first name. So these are going to be the two fields that we are going to populate inside our list. So to get to the avatar, what we are going to use is JSON get name node. I will just remove this thing. I will call JSON get value, and this is the best node for this purpose. So what it does is it filters the data based on what you pass in over here. It needs an input, so response body is going to be the input, and for the filter, for more data, you can press on this I, and you will get a documentation on how it works and can help you out in that. As you can see, this node, so it is regarding documentation regarding this node. So let's say if your data is something like this, and you want to filter it, and you just want the title from each list of item. So what you can do is you can do the store book title. So what is it? Starts from the store. So you say store, then you say dot means children of that item. It is book, and then book is actually a list of items. So till over here. So if you say 0, then you get the 0 item. If you put in star, then you get all the items, and then you do dot title, and then it will go into its child and it will fetch that title. So what we need to do is we come over here, and let's go back to the data that we received. So over here it says data, and just write down data, then press dot. It is a list of item. So I'm going to do this brackets, square brackets, and then I'm going to press this star so that I get all the data like I need, oops, I need all of it. So what, because I need the list of data from here, not just a single item. I need all the items and the avatar out of it. So I'm going to do dot and then avatar, and then pass this value inside these rectangles, but we don't know the name of that thing because we have not renamed it. What you can see over here is it says rectangle 608, so 608 over here. So what I'm going to do is just take this thing and pass it inside the file path. So it will be a list of data, and then it will be passed inside this list. So it requires a list for to work. So I passed it inside it, and similarly just copy paste it, attach it with this, and now we need first name, which is over here. As you can see, we need this first name, and I have typed in the first name, pass in the value inside the text, and that is it. It's done. Let's run it and check the data, and there you go. So this is your data. So yeah, this is it. That's how it works. And similarly, you can use this node to pass in to put data, post data, or get data. So right now we were just getting it. If you need to post or put something, you can do that as well. Let me go back. So as you can see over here, there is this post and put. Let's say I want to create something, and for that it says, okay, I have this data, it requests API users, and then it gives me the response back. So to use it, what we can do is let's create one more page, and I will just put it over here, and this is going to be post example. Let's just put in text fields. Let's say you are creating a login page, or you are registering a user, or you just are doing any kind of a place where you have to put that data inside your field. I can just simply use this text button. Okay, so I have to pass inside the request users. Let me just copy this. Okay, now let's get back to it. I will go over here, right click on this thing, because on the click of it, we are going to take the data from over those two fields and pass it down back to the data. Okay, we have this on click for this text button called HTTP. You want to run it on whenever I will click on it. I want to call post, and I want to pass a string, and then string is going to be request URL, and over here let me just paste it, and finally I can just copy paste. I need a request body. So over here, like you can see this request body, so that is what we are going to pass in inside it for the post a map. Okay, so first we need a name, value, we will receive the value from these text fields. User text field, and right click on that as well. Job text field. So I have these two text fields from where I will receive the data. So on text changed, I will just get the data and I will pass it inside this list. And similarly, I will take it from here and add more. Just press on add more. Second is the job, and pass it inside over here. And I will take this run, and I want to run it when I will click on the on click, pass this data inside request body. Yeah, simple. Okay, now I will get the response. Take this response and let me just print it over here. I will just do this and I will take it, right click on it. Let me just change it to a result. I will take this response and pass it inside it as a text, just to see what response we have got after I press on save. I have not connected those these two pages, so to connect them, fab button and take this, go over navigate, pick it and drop it and then close it. That's it. Let me rerun it. Now as you can see, you got that data. Just press on that. I'm over here. Let me say my name is Sahaj and my job is to test the API, and then save it, and then you got this result. That's how the post works. It is pretty simple. Let's go back, and similarly, like, you can use the put as well. So for put, it works similarly. You pass in the data and then you get the data back. So yeah, that's it for this video.
From myself till it was all lost, not anymore.